Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of my Zodiac Tarot Messages series, and a special welcome to Geminis, because this video is going to be a tarot message specifically for them. And if you are a Gemini, or if you know someone who is one, you have a friend or a relative who you would like to give a special gift to, I offer birthday readings and horoscope-based readings, which you can order from me on my Patreon or via PayPal. And if you're interested, you can find all these details in the description box. So, before we get started, I'm going to do a little bit of shuffling. And as always, I'm going to say a few things about Gemini, the given zodiac sign that we're talking about in these videos. This time it's Gemini. So this is going to be a general description of this zodiac sign. Obviously, when we're analyzing your chart, as we do, for example, in the complex horoscope reading, there are many other factors, different planets, different positions that can influence the way you are, your personality. So this is just a basic description of the Gemini qualities. Gemini is an air sign, and what that means is that these people are very much based in their intellect, just like Aquarius and Libra. And Gemini specifically is known for being a really quick thinker, very good with words. This is, in my opinion, very true for almost all Geminis, is that they are really good at communicating their ideas. They understand how language works. They're especially good at it. And I think the way they think is just very reactive, very flexible, very responsive to their environment. And that's why they have a certain charisma about them. Many actors, politicians, public speakers, people who are in the limelight often have a Gemini sun sign or an important placement in their chart with Gemini. And so they are, for the most part, really communicative. They make connections with people easily. This is my personal observation, is that they have a really good understanding of how manipulation works. Like I said, especially on the linguistic level. And that's why they can be really good at psychology or marketing. And obviously, as with every sign, there's positives and negatives, and there are individual differences. So there are Gemini people who use this instinct, this knowledge, this intuitive understanding of how people can be influenced with words. Some of them use it for good, and some others use it for evil, obviously. So if you're a Gemini, it's really important that you take your own values really seriously and try to use this kind of superpower in a way that serves humanity. So, other things that I could say about Gemini, well, they are very creative. Like I said, they have this mercurial quality of being able to connect things, connect with people, and connect different subjects, different things with one another in a way that is captivating and interesting. Sometimes they are interested in collecting or acquiring quote-unquote kitschy things. They like the knickknacks, the colorful, the everything that grabs the eye, everything that grabs the attention. I think that's one of those key qualities of Gemini, that they have a very good ability to multitask, and their attention is sort of all over the place, kind of in a similar way as with Sagittarius, but Sagittarius tends to be more disorganized. Gemini can be very, very organized and very aware of their responsibilities for the most part, but they have a very sort of nimble attention span, so to say. They are very friendly people. They make friends easily, but it could be a problem to have deep friendships, because they can be a little less open than they seem to be, because they are so talkative and so good with words. People have the impression that they are just an open book, but more often than not, they have a hard time talking about their feelings, deeper subjects. They're just not really comfortable with that. But if they are really spiritually well developed, then they understand the value of that, and then they will be able to open up more, but not to anyone and not at any time. So this is my overview of Gemini, the Gemini personality. Let's see what the tarot would like you to know at this time, dear Gemini. And this is basically a tarot message whenever you're watching this. If it's today, the day when I'm posting this video, or a year from now, whenever you're seeing this, this message is relevant to you now. So, I think I've got it. Okay. Okay, that's extremely interesting. It's a swords card. And since Gemini, like I said, is an air sign, swords, the suit of swords in the tarot is connected with Gemini and air signs in general. So we have the Knight of Swords for you. Now, the sword suit is thought to be the most complicated in the entire tarot because there are many kind of quote-unquote negative cards in the sword suit because it's connected with our thinking, our mental processes, and there are a lot of traps there. But this is one of the court cards, and court cards represent different stages of development, different stages of mastery within the energy of the given suit. And so the Knight of Swords is not the earliest stage of development, so you're past the Page of Swords stage, which is the total beginner level. And I think all of this, like the message of this card, the core message, relates to your way of thinking and your way of absorbing knowledge. And the Knight of Swords in this situation, or in this context, speaks about you discovering new things, you having a better understanding of how the world works through testing it, through challenging your environment, through testing kind of the boundaries of other people. It doesn't mean necessarily that you're actively looking for conflict, but at this moment you're pretty much up for any sort of argument or discussion. You're very interested in basically putting your own ideas to the test by presenting it to other people, getting feedback, and then fighting for your own truth. What's important to remember with the Knight of Swords is that you don't have all the information that you need yet. After the Knight of Swords, we have the Queen and the King. The King would represent the highest level of mastery. So the Knight is not aware of everything yet, but he has a very active mind. He's very involved with theorizing and analyzing and trying to extract the truth from situations. What you need to remember that you don't have the entire truth in your pocket or in your mind at this moment. So you need to remember that there's still room for learning. And like I said, there's also a tendency to be a little bit combative in situations where your opinion doesn't match the viewpoint of the other person you're talking to. And the Knight of Swords is letting you know that that's okay. As long as you can be diplomatic, like you for the most part are, and respectful, and this is a good method. It's a good strategy to find out the truth, to sort of poke at it, to poke at the situation a little bit, and I don't want to say provoke, but maybe, yes, to provoke some response, some thoughts from the other person, from the people around you, by being truthful and communicating your ideas clearly and just presenting them to whoever you are in contact with at the moment. So, just to summarize, I think what's most important to you now is to find out the truth and to stand by your own point of view, and to challenge your own theories in practice, and to find out what other people really think. This is a good way to learn more, and what you're really after at the moment is to find out more about a situation, a subject, something along those lines. I wish you good luck, Gemini. I hope that you enjoy this reading, and I hope to see you all in my next video.